Hey everyone, welcome back. We're gonna go over the Florida Derby tonight, and I got a special guest with me, El Hombre. How you doing, man?
Good, dude. What's up, man? We're talking about this. I think we kind of BS'd a little bit before we got on here, but this is looking like the best field of the prep season so far. You agree?
Uh, I agree. I agree. I think this is the best prep we've. This and the Risen Star so far, I think, are still the two deepest preps. So we got a field of 11 here. Uh, I think potentially Derby favoritism is on the line here to the winner, depending on who wins. I think there's a handful in here that if they win, they would be the favorite.
Mm-hmm.
At least one of the top betting choices come the first Saturday in May. So, and I believe you agree with me on that. So
Yeah, I think
we'll,
we've got three of our top six, I believe, in our top 10 lists that we've been releasing. Three of those top five or six are in this race, so that tells you all you need to
yeah,
know.
yeah. I believe I have four of my top 10 are in
Yeah,
this race.
there's a lot
So
on the
this,
line here. Yeah, make or break for a
yeah,
few of these horses and
right,
connections.
yeah. So we'll just jump right into it. The number one is Strike Hard. Gets Junior Alvarado today. He's gonna be a long shot. I maybe underneath, in my opinion. I he comes from like mid pack. He's run okay, just not good enough to win, in my opinion. I think this is a little bit tougher of a test for him, but at 20 to 1, definitely not going to try to talk anybody off using him. But I think he's a strictly underneath play, in my opinion. What do you think?
Yeah, I've got in my notes. I literally have. I won't waste everybody's time with this because I don't think he's got a chance. I don't even know why he's here. At 20 to 1, he's gonna end up 50 to 1. Um, and to be honest, I wanted to take a second, by the way, to just appreciate the positivity that's been coming back on the feedback on the YouTube comments. Thanks everybody. We love it. But like in this case, I'm sure we're gonna get the haters on Strike Hard, and I'm sure there's some heartfelt compassion for the horse and the connections here. But let's be honest. I mean, he was badly beaten at Davis. So what makes anybody think that he's going to do any better here with a much tougher field? That's
Yeah,
all. That's all I
that's
got.
kind of my thing. Yeah, he didn't run terrible. He's I think he's just like a middle of the pack horse. Might get
Insta
up for minor
toss.
awards.
Yep. Yep.
All right, we'll move into the number two, Classic Causeway. Your Sam F. Davis and Tampa Bay Derby winner already has enough Derby points to make the gate. What do you think about him?
I think he's a must play in all formats. With that said, I don't think he's going to win. I think he's definitely capable of hitting the board and capable of winning. But like you just said there, he's already got the Derby points. He's in. Uh, I don't know how they're going to treat this. I mean, of course they want to win. There's a lot of money on the line, but he's definitely one of the top two or three choices here in a very tough field. They didn't come out to lose. I'm not going to hate anybody for betting him on the win. I don't personally think I'm going to bet him to win, but I think he can. Uh, Definitely a must use underneath.
Yeah, this is where we're gonna differ. I'm tossing him. I'm going to
Yo,
toss. I'm going to toss him. I'm taking the
haters
wait and see
unite.
approach. I I really liked him in Tampa. He was my top pick in the Tampa Bay Derby. He was my second choice in the Sam F. Davis. The races they just don't seem to be coming back that strong, and he's been getting away with early leads. I don't think he's going to be able to do that today. Uh, and a
Oh
lot
yeah,
of the horses
absolutely.
right, and a lot of the horses he's run against haven't really done anything. So I just don't know how good he is, and he's going to be a short price today. So I'm gonna try to beat him at a short price today. I'm gonna hope there's other speed that I think there's other speed that's gonna try to go with him. He's gonna be inside of all that speed, so he's gonna have to run inside of horses for the really the first time in two races, in my opinion. I'm gonna try to beat him. It might end up being a stupid thing, but I feel like you got to take a stand somewhere, especially when I like some of the other horses that are going to be heavily bet here.
Yeah, my only knock, the downside on him, I have an upside and downside to every horse in here, and the downside is that he hasn't beaten anybody, and he hasn't been challenged in his two quote unquote big wins. He hasn't been challenged, so this is a different field here. but I do think he has a shot, and definitely won't leave him off any tickets. But I'm not betting him to win.
Yeah, I feel like if I start adding him, I'm just gonna add more horses, and I'm drawing the line. He's a
You got to.
toss.
Yep, I get it.
Yeah.
I got a toss. I
The
got a
number
couple controversial tosses coming for you, I'm sure.
the number 3 is Simplification, the Fountain of Youth winner. He's the morning line favorite, and he is going to be my top choice in here. I even though I feel like this is a race where he's just going to come in second or third because he has enough points already. I don't think they're going to try to overexert him today, but I just really like his ability to kind of run from wherever the race sets up. He can run on the lead, he can run from off the pace, he can run between horses, he can swing outside of horses. He's just very versatile, and I think it's going to be like especially against the in a crop where it seems like there's not any superstars. Having a horse that always fires and can fire from wherever seems to be pretty good in my opinion.
Yeah, so I agree. I mean, he's definitely in the top two for me. I don't think he's a lock to win. In fact, I probably won't bet him to win. But that Fountain of Youth, if you didn't love that performance, I mean, that of course it had the big crash and all the distractions, and it was a wild race in general, just because there was a lot of horses all competing for the same 3 foot of real estate there. But that was an impressive performance from Simplification. Last time out, loved it, and honestly, like at that moment, I thought that that's probably the Derby favorite, and I know, like for you, I think he still is, but he's close for me. But the one downside I see is last time out he lost to Wade Barrio, who's in this race. Directly lost against him, and I don't. Where do you think the post time odds are going to be on Simplification? Because I see the morning lines 5-2. I don't think. I think we're going to be more like 2-1, 9-5, right?
Yeah, that's what I personally. That's what I think too. I think he's going to be. I think he's going to be very heavily bet. I
I don't
don't
like
think
him
he's
at two
going
to
to.
one or less in this group. This is a
Yeah,
good group.
it's a very good group. I just I get why he's going to get bet, and I think
Mhm.
I do think it's a very short compared to what this field for what this field is. But at the same time, he's never run a bad race, and he's even run well when he's found trouble, which is more than a lot of these horses can say. That like when they get in trouble, they just
No, yeah,
don't
dude. Yeah.
they don't run well. I mean, even Classic Causeway as a 2 year old, like he's found trouble and he didn't win. So the fact that he's been able to win when he's found trouble is a big key in my opinion, especially when you're looking towards a 20 horse race in a little over a month.
So let me ask
So
you this
I get
before we
why he's
move any further. Classic Causeway's 7-2 morning line. Where do you think he goes off at? Because I'm taking notes here on what our predictions are for post time.
I actually think he's going to drift up. I think you might actually get 5 to
4?
1 on Classic Causeway. I think
Okay.
he's the one of the there's
I
four
do too,
horses
honestly.
here. Yeah, there's four horses in here that very clearly are going to get bet more than the others. And I think of those four, I think Classic Causeway is the one that's going to
He'll
take the
drift.
least amount of money of them. Yeah,
Yeah, he'll drift a
that is
little. I
my
agree.
that's yep. So the number 4 is King of Truth. And I be honest with you, I hadn't even heard of this horse until they drew the field. I 50 to 1 morning line based on how he's run seems absolutely accurate.
And
And
it'll be
I
500 to
do
1 by post time, by the way.
yeah, I really like the breeding in the mischief out of an unbridled mare, but this is as a 3 year old so far, he's got back-to-back second place efforts in starter optional claiming level here at Gulfstream. Speed, I'm not huge on speed figures, but the speed figures are not very good here. This seems like they seems like they have a horse that maybe can compete, and they just want to take a shot. So it can't be mad at him for taking a shot, but I don't really think he has one.
I'll make it quick on the 4 King of Truth. It's another. This is my second horse of 4 so far. Nope, I won't waste anybody's time. Took a wrong turn out of Belterra Park where he started. This is the first, by the way. Shout out to Pete Aiello at Gulfstream. The first Brooklyn Bridge horse I'm going to reference tonight. This means that if this horse wins, I will personally drive up, live YouTube broadcast of me jumping off the Brooklyn Bridge and killing myself in the river. Let's go.
No, you
No
would
more,
live, right? You would
no
hope to
more,
live.
no more time wasted on the 4 here. Let's go.
All right. The number 5 is Papa Cap for Mark Cassie. And last time we saw Papa Cap, he was not running well in the Risen Star. I personally have an invested interest in Papa Cap as he is on a fantasy team that I am in, the league that I'm in. He is on my team, and I'm hoping he runs well here because if he does, there's a possibility I get all 5 of my horses in my stable in the Derby, which would be awesome. But realistically, I don't think he's got a shot here. Maybe minor awards if he improves. The positive is he's been working well, but I don't think he's quick enough to get the early lead here. I think he's one of those horses that wants to sit near the early lead, so I think he's going to sit awfully close. I don't, not really huge on him, but he'll probably end up making one of my tickets just because I do have a vested interest in him. What do you think?
Yeah, you mentioned the Risen Star. I don't know. What do he run second in the juvenile? I mean that.
Yeah, he ran.
If you're holding on to him, you're still holding on to that. And I'm big on holding on to the Breeders' Cup juvenile performance way too long. Sometimes I'm very guilty of that.
Yeah.
But this, I mean, he really hasn't done anything since then. The Risen Star was an abortion clinic on wheels. I don't know. Can he hit the board? If like the top 4, if 2 of them have the worst race they've ever had, yeah, maybe he'll get third. But I don't see a shot for him to get to the front. I think that 10-1 becomes 20-1. Although I will say that I wouldn't be shocked if he does take some money just based on it, the name recognition that he's been in. This is like what, his 3rd or 4th on the Derby Trail. Like people know that name now. But based on that alone, no chance to win. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I do think though, if somebody outside the top 4 betting choices is going to win here, he is. I mean, it's even. I mean, the morning lines say that.
I will say that too. I have 4 in the mix, and then the 5th one he's the 5th. He's my 5th choice too. I mean, for what that's worth.
Yeah. So
but he's light years behind the first 4.
Agreed. I think it'd be very tough for him to win here, but we'll see. I'm hoping he can at least get 3rd or 4th.
Maybe.
We'll move on. The number 6 is Charge It for Todd Pletcher, and I have been very big on Charge It for a while now. He's very high on my Derby list. I'm hoping he's as good as advertised today because he's kind of one of the hopes of Classic Causeway not getting a uncontested lead, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping Saez sends. If this one's as good as advertised, I think the rest are running for second. I think he's the other horse I'm going to use with simplification on my my tickets. They're probably going to be the only 2 horses I use on top in my tickets. As a spoiler alert,
mm-hmm.
If he improves off his maiden win, which is a big step up going from maiden to a grade 1, so. We'll see how he does. And Pletcher hasn't exactly had the best Derby trail this year, but if he improves, they're all running for second.
Yeah, I have him down as a must-use in all formats of betting. Pletcher, Saez, can't get much better than that as a combo. Unbeaten in 2 starts. He hasn't raced anybody of, real consequence yet. Tap It tells us he's got distance capability, no issues. The only knock, that the downside column in my little spreadsheet here, is he hasn't raced anybody, and sometimes that spooks a great horse. Sometimes it doesn't. Maybe he goes out and, like you said, if he gets out, I don't think it's going to shock anybody if he wins this thing. But I mean,
no,
he's definitely a must use in all formats for me. I don't know what to expect here, but I definitely,
Yeah,
I know Pletcher is high on him.
and the horse he raced against Volcanic in his debut, and Volcanic won by I think less than a head, if I remember correctly. And Volcanic came back to run a good race in the Sam F. Davis, but then I believe he got hurt, so he's been off the Derby trail since.
Volcanic's better than half of the horses in this field, which is no
Right,
insult to this field, but it's the insult to the bottom half of this field.
right. So like he's run against at least he's run against somebody who's running the Derby prep. But yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see. I feel like he's going to be like how all Pletchers are at this stage. Either they're going to be really good or they are
Yep.
not going to do anything.
Boomer bust, right?
Yep. The number 7 is White Abario for Safi Joseph, and I'll let you go first on White Abario.
Because you already know this is the difference maker for me and you. Because I actually, he's won 3 of his 4 starts. He's the only horse in here, I believe, at least. I mean, maybe he won the Holy Bull, and he's. I know this is tough, but he beat Simplification. I think he's the only horse in here to beat Simplification, if I'm not wrong.
Yep.
I don't know. I love it. I think the horse that found the Holy Bull, I thought was super impressive to me, and I know a lot of people weren't impressed. I don't think the figures were impressive, and I know you're not a speed figure guy, but I mean that's the way he drew away, and it was a great race. I was impressed, and I didn't expect him to win that, and we haven't seen him since. And my knock on the downside for him is, why have we only seen him once? That's kind of a interesting factoid here, but. And by the way, at 3-1 morning line, I don't think he's going to go off at 3-1. I think he's going to be more. I think he might creep up a little bit too. I don't think he's going to go off. Unpopular take. I think Charge It and Simplification are going to take all the money, and Classic Causeway and Way to Barrio might drift up. Not much at 3-1. Way to Barrio, that's probably about where he's going to go, and I like his value there at 3-1.
Yeah, he's the other one. I'm tossing him and Classic Causeway.
I knew you would.
I hate when horses run in the first prep and skip the middle prep and then try the last prep. I've never been a fan of it. It's not something I like. I forget who it was last weekend in the Louisiana Derby that tried the same. Oh, Call Me Midnight. Tried the same thing. He won the Lecomte. He skipped the Risen Star, and then he
We're still
ran
waiting for him
dud
to
in the
finish.
Right. Yeah, he ran poorly. And I get that, and like the one reason I would even consider using him is because he is Safi Joseph at Gulfstream. Because Safi's horses just run differently there. You can take with that you can read into that if you want. My
boy
that's the only
PG's
reason I would
going
use
in
him.
for the win. I'm betting him to win. Just spoiler alert. That's my winner. That's my winner. And am I super confident in that? No, I'm not. But I think value-wise, I like him to win.
And also, I do kind of agree with what Pete said when we talked to him for the Fountain of Youth. You couldn't have asked for a better trip for White Abario in that race. He's not going to get that in here. He's got Charge It on his inside.
Okay.
So you're going to get he's got Charge It on his inside. He's got Classic Causeway on his inside. He is going to be the outside. He's going to be the outside speed, which I like outside speed personally, but he's not going to get the trip. He's not going to get the dream rail trip he got in the Holy Bull. So we'll see. I would it shock me if he won? No, but again, I can't use. I'm not going to use 3 of the top 4 betting choices on my ticket.
We're basing everything we're saying on one race. That's why it's hard. Like you're saying, like
and that's
why would
why I don't like
run one prep? Call Me Midnight. There's people that were swearing by the grace of God and bowing in front of crosses over that horse too, and he comes out last week and he sucked. Thanks for coming.
And it's like
you're out. You're not even in the conversation again.
If your horse is going good at this stage, just keep
Why would you not?
Keep him
going. By the way, you millions of dollars on the line. Why would you not run them? Like, what are you waiting for?
Right, exactly. It's just like it may especially like when you're leading up to the Derby. Like I get, you want him to peak the first Saturday in May, fine.
Yep.
But running them in early February and then waiting till late. Well, yeah. When was the Holy? Was the Holy Bull in?
It was like 2 or 3
When
weeks
was the
ago.
Holy? Oh, it was longer than that.
3 weeks, I think.
It was February 5th. So you ran him in early February, and
Oh
you're
wow, yeah.
waiting. You're waiting till the end of
I was
March to
thinking,
run him.
yeah.
Yeah. So like, if he was going good, why not just run him in the Fountain of Youth? That's what I don't like. Is that like it
It
just
tells you
something seems
something, I
off
think.
to me about
Yeah,
it. Yeah,
I
exactly.
agree.
Like if he couldn't do the month turnaround before, what's the set? Like he might win here, but what's to say he's going to be able to do it in Kentucky after
Outside
shipping?
of like a health reason, I mean, there's no reason for that because year in and year out, you see the real top contenders run frequently.
Yeah,
They run
right.
every third week or whatever it is, fourth week.
Right.
Yeah,
And
I,
like
I
I'm
agree.
okay with horses. Yeah, it's like I'm okay with horses running in the 50-point prep and the 100-point prep and skipping the 10. But when you skip that middle prep, it just seems like something's not right. So I'm not using them for that reason.
I'm in. I'm all in.
Yeah.
I will go all
The
in the Tour de Force. Spoiler alert, but I'm
I
not super confident, but I do feel like based on what I feel like the morning or post time odds will be, I think that's the best value. That's all.
agree. He's going to be value, I think, too. The number 8 is Cajun Magic. And here's another one. We haven't seen him since the Holy Bowl. Like I said, he ran a very distant 5th in the Holy Bowl. I'm tossing him. I can't really find an excuse to use him. I tried. I tried to make
And
a little case for him. I can't.
no, there's no case to be made. This is my second Brooklyn Bridge horse. If Cajun's Magic wins, I'll drive to New York, jump off the Brooklyn Bridge, and kill myself on YouTube Live. That's. I mean, there's just no. I don't understand. I think the ownership, the connections want to be involved in the Florida Derby, and yes, that's cool. I get that. But as far as like betters go, no, thanks.
Mhm.
M Yates, I'm good.
The number 9 is O Captain. And I can make a little bit of a case for O Captain to at least hit the board. So I don't think he's entirely impossible here. He's morning line 20-1. But he does get a jockey upgrade, in my opinion, from Javier to Joel Rosario, which I find interesting. He he made up ground late in the Fountain of Youth. He took third, and I don't think I can really expect him to do better than like third or fourth here. But I've seen worse 20-1 shots, and the fact that he gets Joel, I'll take it, especially if for some reason you get Charge It, White Abario, and Classic Causeway all hook up early and they go too quick early. I'll take the best jockey in the game to try to pick up the pieces. So I think he's a live long shot that you could consider using. I'm just gonna use him underneath, but
Hundred
what do you
percent
think?
agreed. 100% agreed. That's the bomb. That's the bomb in this field, in my opinion, too. So I agree with you. Rosario, like you said, 20-1 morning, and I think it's going to go up from there. Probably 35-1 or something crazy will happen. Although out of the bombs, he's probably going to be the favorite of the 5 bombs, I guess. But you're going to get huge value here, and he's not going to win. Let's be honest. But if that, like you said, if there's a duel and 2 or 3 of them kill themselves trying to keep up, he's going to hit the board. If anybody's going to hit the board on the bombs, I think it'll be him, and
Yeah,
only him out of the bottom 5 or 6. I think he's the only one. He's coming off the pace, and he's done it before. He finished third in whatever that was.
Fountain of Youth.
Yeah. So I mean, he's capable of hitting the board in a reasonable field, and he might do it here. I doubt it, but if you're looking for the 50-1 bomb to get involved, that's it.
Yeah, I agree. The number 10 is Clapton. 30-1 morning line. He is coming in off a win, and he wants to be involved in the early pace, in my opinion. After looking at him, he might not need. It doesn't seem like he necessarily needs the lead, but it seems like he wants to be right there. So I think he could be one that, yeah, I think may surprise people that especially with Jaramillo riding. I think we see this one try to get that or try to steal that early lead, or at least pressure that early lead, and might make the pace too quick. So I don't think he's got a shot to win, but I think he definitely livens the pace up a little bit.
Big Jaramillo fan, no chance. Move. I don't want to waste everybody's time. Just toss, insta toss.
And the number 11.
How's that for data analysis?
What'd you say?
I said, how's that for data analysis?
Yeah, that was pretty.
Got nothing.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Pretty good. the number 11 is Steel Sunshine, and I can't. He gotta. The horse he lost. The positive, I guess, is the horse that just throttled him last race, and he finished well ahead of the rest of the field too. But the horse he lost to is going to the Wood Memorial, I believe. That's about the positive. I don't. Yeah, you would need a.
You're looking for like how good his competitors are.
Yeah, this is one I'm not sold on. I don't. He's going to be 50 to 1. If you like him, great. I can't really make a legit case for him other than hoping that the pace epically melts down and especially from the 11 post. These outside posts, even the 9 post without captain in reality, going a mile and an eighth at Gulfstream, like 9-10, like basically 9 and out, are just not. The records are not fantastic. Yeah, it's a very tough post for where that.
Saw Mo Donegal's reaction to that, right?
Yeah, going 2 turns here at Gulfstream with those outside posts is not good. I want to say it may have changed. I believe the only winner from one of these deep outside posts in the Florida Derby still is Big Brown. I think he won from post 12,
which is one of the best in the last 20
years.
Right,
right, and he won the Derby. So I mean, to overcome those outside posts is already super tough. I'm not touching Steel Sunshine. If he beats me, he beats me.
Please don't. No, nobody. If you know what's good for you, don't do it. Not even to show. Yeah, I think like we said, I think this is the most talented field so far. Pretty top heavy. I think the top half is awesome. 4 or 5. If you want to throw Papa Cap in there as the 5th, don't think he's gonna win. But the bottom half is pretty much all tosses except for O'Captain. I think O'Captain could splash the board. But the top 4 here are legit horses here. So this is gonna be good. Can't wait to see it.
Yeah, if one of those top 4 win, I think it's gonna take especially with how deep this field is, I think it's gonna take a very special performance from somebody to take one of these horses off of favoritism if they win today. 100%. I mean, maybe Epicenter won, and I think he's another one that right now he's the leader in the clubhouse in terms of betting.
Mm-hmm.
But with how deep this field is, I think whoever wins if one of those 4 win this, I think they'll pass them in the odds.
You got Forbidden Kingdom and Messier, probably the other 2 that are in the conversation for the top dog right now. But yeah, you're right. I mean, somebody's going to win this race and beat 3 of the other top 5 or 6 that most of us have. So whoever wins this is going to come out looking real good. I mean, unless it's one of these bombs that we're just aren't aware of yet, but I don't see it.
Right. And only 2 of them have enough points right now to get in. Classic Causeway and Simplification both have 50 points. Papa Cap's got 14. He's not in currently, but he's kind of getting close to that borderline because I think probably around 20, 25 points will be good enough this year in reality. White Abarrio only has 10. So, those are 2 horses that, if in Charge, it doesn't have any. So, you got 3 of the top 5 betting choices realistically need to finish.
Win. Yeah.
Or second. Either win or finish. Right. Win or second, maybe in Papa Cap and White Abarrio's case, and maybe 3rd would be good enough. Probably not, but it might be. But yeah, I mean, you have 3 horses there that all need to run well if their connections are going to get in the Derby. So it will definitely be interesting. This is by far the best prep race I think I've looked at so far. So I'm excited
against the Sunland Derby, huh?
Yeah, right. It's a little bit better than the Sunland Derby that I was incredibly wrong about, but that's fine. They stumbled home. I don't. They stumbled home. There's my Brooklyn Bridge horse for the Derby, and we'll go from there.
And we'll move along. All right, awesome, man. So
Uh,
I think we
yeah,
agree on the top 4 contenders at least. I mean, but I do like White
yeah,
Barrio to be the value horse here, and you don't. But I mean,
yeah,
this is it's good. This is the best one yet. So we're excited.
yeah. And I'm just taking. I'm just gonna take. I gotta take a stand somewhere. I don't want to use. Like if I go, depending. I haven't looked at the undercard yet, and maybe if I like a lot of bombs on the undercard, like leading into this one, I'll just use all 4 of them and we'll hope one of them wins for like a pick 4 or pick 5 or something. But if one of those other races has like if I think chalk is gonna win, I can't use all chalk here. I'm gonna have I gotta slim. I'm gonna slim it down and
Yep.
try to catch a bomb somewhere else.
The good news is here, if you really want to commit to a horse, I think you're going to get at least 9 to 5 at the worst. I think 2 to 1 more. I mean, you're not.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody's going to drop below 9 to 5. This is because there's 4 studs in here. So yeah,
yeah. I do think we might get multiple 99 to ones though, which would be pretty
oh
cool.
yeah, oh yeah, definitely. I agree.
Uh,
There's about 5
uh,
99 to ones that I still wouldn't bet at 99 to 1.
right. Ugh.
Well,
Well,
yeah,
all right, everyone. We that's it for this one. I'm gonna try to do a
we're doing it.
Jeff Ruby Stakes
Yeah, we're
preview.
doing it.
Yeah, we'll get it out. Probably won't be till tomorrow. Like I'll probably record it tomorrow, so it probably won't be out till late tomorrow night, early Friday. But we'll we'll go from there. Best of luck.